Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. We're really happy you're here with us today.
This podcast is for people who want to speak English naturally, without fear, without stress.
Yes, English you can actually use in real life, not English that lives only in grammar books.
Before we start, just one small thing. If you enjoy learning English with us, like this episode and subscribe to Talk Emma. It helps us continue making simple, honest English lessons for you.
All right, let's relax and start.
Do you like music?
Yes, I do.
Did you notice that?
I answered naturally. I didn't think.
That's the goal.
Because in real life, native speakers don't think, oh, this is auxiliary verb do.
They just speak. Let's meet our first word, do.
Do is simple. Do is friendly. Do asks questions about you.
Listen to this. Do you work or study?
I work.
Do you live in the city?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Very natural. When we use do, we usually talk about daily life, habits, things that are generally true.
For example, do you wake up early?
No, I don't.
Do you watch YouTube every day?
Yes, I do. Many learners answer like this. Yes, I like. Or no, I not. We
Understand you, but in natural English, we say,
yes, I do. No, I don't.
that small do makes a big difference.
Imagine this. You just moved to a new country. Your English is not perfect.
You're at a store.
The cashier smiles and asks, do you need a bag?
That question feels kind.
And you can answer simply, yes, I do. Thank you.
You didn't need perfect grammar, just the right feeling.
Now here's something powerful.
Yes, many learners don't know this part.
Sometimes we use do to show emotion.
Like this, I do want to improve my English.
That sounds strong.
It means I really want this.
It's confidence. It's belief. Now let's gently move to does.
No fear, does is just do for one person.
Yes, when we talk about he, she, it, we use does.
Listen carefully. Do you like coffee?
Yes, I do. Does Jack like coffee?
Yes, he does.
See the pattern?
Same feeling, small change.
Let's make a small story. There's a man named Alex.
Alex works in an office.
He starts work at 9 a.m.
So we ask, does Alex work in an office?
Yes, he does. Does he start work at 10?
No, he doesn't. Many learners say, does he likes his job?
Very common mistake.
But in real English, we say,
Does he like his job? Because does already has the S.
imagine meeting someone new. You want to be polite.
You ask, does your sister live nearby?
That sounds natural, not robotic.
Let's pause for a second.
Notice something important.
We didn't memorize rules,
We practiced patterns.
and patterns build confidence.
Do you remember your first English teacher?
Yes, I do. Were you shy?
Very shy.
And when you think about that time now, did you feel confident?
No, I didn't.
That word feels different, right?
Yes,
Because something changed.
and that change matters.
That feeling you mentioned, when you think about the past and realize something changed.
Yes, that's exactly where English starts to feel real.
Because now we're not talking about habits or today.
We're talking about the past.
Let's gently meet the word did.
Many learners feel scared of did.
But actually, did is very simple.
Did just means this already happened.
Emma, let me ask you something. Did you eat breakfast today?
Yes, I did.
Simple.
No grammar thinking, just feeling.
When we use did, we are looking back, remembering, talking about something finished.
For example, did you watch TV last night?
No, I didn't. Did you sleep well?
Yes, I did. Many learners say, did you went there?
This is very common.
But in real English, we say,
Did you go there?
why?
Because did already shows the past.
The verb stays simple.
Imagine two friends meeting in the morning,
One friend asks, "Did you finish your homework?"
and the other friend says, "No, I didn't. I watched movies instead."
Very real. Very human.
Let's slow down. Think about your childhood.
Think about school.
Now listen to this question. Did you like your English class back then?
That question carries emotion.
Because maybe the answer is not simple.
Maybe you say, "No, I didn't."
And that's okay. English is powerful when we're honest.
Yes.
You can say, "I didn't understand English before."
That sentence is not weak.
It's brave. Let's practice short answers. I ask, you answer. Did you call your friend?
Yes, I did.
Did you feel nervous?
Yes, I did.
Did you give up?
No, I didn't.
Think about yesterday.
Just yesterday.
Did you go outside?
Yes, I did.
Did you talk to someone new?
No, I didn't.
Perfect. Some learners say, I didn't went.
In real English, we say,
I didn't go.
again, because did already handles the past.
Let's make this fun. I'll say a question.
You answer in your head.
Did you smile today?
Did you learn something new?
Did you try, even a little?
Those questions feel nice.
We also use did when we're surprised.
Like this, "You did that?"
That sounds emotional. It can mean surprise, happiness, shock.
Imagine this. Your friend was very shy.
One day, they speak English confidently.
You say, "Wow, you did amazing."
That's encouragement. We often use did with feelings.
For example, did you feel scared at first?
Yes, I did. Did you think it was impossible?
Yes, I did.
Learning English is emotional.
It's not just words.
It's memories. It's effort.
And did helps us talk about that journey.
So now we can talk about today with do or does,
Yesterday with did.
and something interesting happens.
When we understand time, we start to understand confidence.
Because we see progress.
We see change.
And that feeling pushes us forward. When you talked about confidence just now, something came to my mind. Many learners understand do, does, and did separately, but when they speak, everything mixes together. They stop, they think, they feel nervous, and then silence.
Yes, that moment when you know the words, but your mouth doesn't move.
Exactly. So let's talk about that moment, because real English is not about using one word perfectly. It's about choosing the right word naturally.
Let me ask you something simple.
Okay.
Do you drink coffee every day?
Yes, I do.
Now I'll change just one thing. Did you drink coffee yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Same topic, different time.
And the feeling changes automatically. Many learners think English is about remembering rules, but when you're speaking, you don't have time for rules. You only feel, is this about now or is this about before?
If it's now or general, do, does. If it's before, did. That's it. Simple but powerful.
Let's imagine a normal morning. You wake up late, you rush out of the house. Your friend asks, "Do you eat breakfast every day?" You answer, "Yes, I do, usually." Then your friend looks at you and asks, "Did you eat breakfast today?" You laugh and say, "No, I didn't." Same life, same person, different time.
That's real English.
Listen to these two sentences carefully. I don't understand English. I didn't understand English before. Do you feel the difference? The first one sounds sad. The second one sounds hopeful.
Yes, because did shows growth.
Exactly. That's why learning did is emotional. It lets you talk about progress.
Let me ask you something personal.
Okay.
Do you feel confident speaking English now?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
That's honest.
But if you ask me, did you feel confident before? My answer is clear. No, I didn't.
And that contrast matters.
Many learners say sentences like, "Did you understand English now?" That sounds strange. Why? Because now is present and did is past. So we say, "Do you understand English now?" But if we change the time word, "Did you understand English then?" Now it feels right.
Time words are like traffic signs.
Let's play a small game. I'll say a situation, you answer in your mind. You're at a cafe. Do you like tea? Yesterday at the cafe, did you like the tea? Your friend is talking about habits. Does she study English every day?
Your friend is remembering. Did she study English last year? Same structure, different time.
There's a woman named Sarah. She's learning English now. So we ask, does Sarah make mistakes? Yes, she does. Now think about last year. Did Sarah make mistakes? Yes, she did. But here's the important part. Does Sarah give up? No, she doesn't.
That last sentence changes everything.
Questions are powerful. They help you connect. Instead of saying a lot, you can ask, do you enjoy learning English? That feels friendly. Or, did you enjoy your trip? That feels caring.
Good English is not about sounding smart. It's about sounding human.
Some learners think short answers are boring, but actually, they're confident. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, he does. No, she doesn't. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. These are strong.
Because they're clear.
Have you noticed this? When learners panic, they answer everything with yes, yes, yes.
Even when the question is negative. Did you understand? Yes. But actually they didn't. It's okay. Confidence comes with practice.
Here's a trick I love. Before you speak, ask yourself silently, is this about my life in general or something finished? General, do, does. Finished, did. Your mouth will follow your mind.
Let's hear a natural conversation.
Okay.
Do you work here?
Yes, I do.
Did you work here last year?
No, I didn't.
Does your manager speak English?
Yes, she does.
Did she help you?
Yes, she did.
That's real life.
If you're listening right now and thinking, oh, this is finally making sense, that feeling is important. Don't rush. Don't force perfection. English grows slowly, like confidence.
And every small understanding matters.
So now you're not just learning words, you're learning how to ask, remember, and reflect. And something beautiful happens when you combine them.
Your English starts to sound calm.
Less fear, more flow.
And that's when speaking becomes enjoyable.
You know, something feels different now. Earlier, we were explaining do, does, and did. But right now, it doesn't feel like teaching anymore. It feels like talking.
That's the goal. When grammar disappears, language appears.
Many learners tell me something very honest. They say, I understand English when I listen, but when I speak, my mind freezes. That freeze is not because you don't know English, it's because you're afraid of mistakes.
Fear blocks fluency more than grammar ever did.
Let me ask you something. Do you make mistakes when you speak English? Most people say yes. Now here's a better question. Did you stop learning because of those mistakes? If your answer is no, then you're already strong.
Mistakes are not the enemy. Silence is.
When people speak their native language, they don't think present tense, auxiliary verb, rule number 3. They just speak. English should feel the same.
Do you like music? Does it make you feel calm? Did it help you during hard times? You didn't stop to think. You just understood.
Imagine this. A learner says, I don't speak English well. That sentence hurts. Now listen to this. I didn't speak English well before. Suddenly, the sentence has hope.
One word changed, but the emotion changed completely.
Let's build a small life story using only do, does, and did. You can listen or repeat softly. Do I feel nervous when I speak English? Yes, I do. Did I feel more nervous last year? Yes, I did. Do I understand more now? Yes, I do. That's growth.
And growth is the real motivation.
Have you noticed something funny? When learners finally understand did, they start using it everywhere. Did you eat? Did you sleep? Did you breathe? It's okay. That means your brain is waking up.
Overuse is better than silence.
Here's something powerful. Start talking to yourself in English. Ask yourself simple questions. Do I understand this podcast? Yes, I do.
Did I understand everything? No, I didn't. Does that mean I failed? No, it doesn't. That's confidence training.
Think about daily life. At work, do you work today? Did you work yesterday? With family, does your sister call you often? Did she call you last night?
With friends, do they support you? Did they support you before? English becomes useful when it touches life.
Here's the most important thing. You don't need perfect sentences. You need clear intention.
Communication is success. If your listener understands you, your English is already working.
Some people wait. I'll speak when my English is perfect. But perfect English never comes. Fluent English comes from speaking imperfectly many times.
And do, does, and did are your first tools.
Right now, without thinking too much, answer this inside your mind. Do you enjoy learning English? Did this lesson help you? Does English feel a little less scary now?
If even one answer is yes, that matters.
You don't need to speak fast. You don't need big words. Slow, clear, honest. Do you want to improve? Yes, you do. And that's enough.
Progress loves patience.
If you're listening alone, late at night, or during a quiet morning, just know this. Many learners feel exactly like you. Confused before, learning now, stronger than yesterday.
And tomorrow will be even better.
If this podcast helped you feel calmer about English, if do, does, and did finally make sense, please take a moment to like this episode. It really helps us continue creating slow, friendly, real English for you.
And remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need to start speaking. We'll keep learning together.
See you in the next conversation.